G'day yoga lovers, thanks for joining. Nice one. I'm Michael Joseph and today I'm going to walk you through a neck stretch. Now everybody needs neck stretches, but everybody needs to pay particular attention because a lot can go wrong, but if you follow these instructions you'll be perfectly safe. So the setup is pretty simple. What we want to do is put a pillow down underneath, and this is going to protect our shins and fronts of feet. We want the shins on the pillow and tops of feet, but the toes are still on the mat. And then we reach back and grab a secondary cushion or towel and we come upright. Now what's great about doing it this way is that your shoulders are on top of your hips. There is a chair version that you can look in our chair series and it's just as effective. You can do this sitting down on your butt as well, and we'll show you that in another video. So from here, you'll notice again the shoulders are on top of the hips, and the hip bones are slightly in front of the sit bones, and that keeps you upright. It's very hard to slouch in this position, and I meditate like this. Now moving forward, to increase the foundation, I bring my knees out wide like a tripod. Okay, we'll extend one hand and then reach across. If you can scissor grip like this, that's great. It's not available to everyone. And then we're going to reach over and grab the opposite ear. Now what we've got to be careful of is that we don't crouch into here. We want to make sure the shoulder's away from the ear. And then this hand can be completely relaxed, the extending hand. And we're just letting the weight of the arm do the work. We're not pulling as much as allowing the weight of the arm to do the work. Now we want to keep the chest high and we want to keep the forehead straight on. Beautiful. Now we've got to very slowly introduce the neck to the stretch. I like to close my eyes because science tells us that if we internalize the experience by bringing our mind's eye to any particular area, in today's case it's the neck, blood actually follows. So we can use our breath as a vehicle for our attention because the mind tends to wander, and blood will follow and rinse out that area. Now you'll be feeling it anywhere between the tip of the shoulder, even the upper arm, right up into underneath your fingertips in the occipital. So anywhere between there or all the way through. This is a really good stretch. Now what's interesting with neck stretches, as with all muscles, particularly neck, is that it needs a little bit of time, okay? So it's about that 1 minute mark that the neck kind of gains our trust, and vice versa, and it starts to release and yield. And I'm starting to feel that already. Beautiful. Now you can choose to stay here and enjoy that opening, or you can bring the fingers that are in front of the ear and bring all 4 fingers behind the ear. And then from here, we'll look towards the armpit of our bent arm and rotate our head towards it. We're not dipping our head down. It's just a very slight rotation. This sends the stretch further behind you. And for some of you, you'll feel it anywhere between underneath your fingertips, occipital, right down to even the shoulder blades for some of you. You feel it where you feel it. It's very satisfying. Now from here, from this position, if it feels safe and comfortable, you can dip your chin to chest. And this increases the stretch. And then change. And then coming to the original position with all 4 fingers covering the ear or evenly each side of the ear, front and back, and revisit the pose. Now you can choose to keep the extended hand where it is, or you can experiment and explore hand placement. So you can bring that extended hand onto your thigh on the same side, or you can bring it behind you and rest the back of the hand on the underside of the foot or near the toes. That's going to open up more the front. Or back to neutral. And to exit, just watch me. This is really important. We slide the hand over to the opposite ear, and then we rest the full weight of the head into the hand. So we're just letting the full weight of the head into the hand. Not easy. And then slowly push the head up. Now the reason why we do this is that we don't want to use the same muscle we've just stretched to pull us out of the stretch. That's really important. Now if you are in this position and you're not sitting down, you might want to come onto your hands and knees and just bang your feet a little bit. There is a bit of a compression there in that pose. And then slowly come back to seated. Good job, guys. We better do the other side. Now, if you like, just to feel the difference, I like to rotate my head a little bit. You might feel a snap, crackle, pop. It's pretty normal as we create space. And then in the other direction. Oh, that feels really satisfying. So on the side we've just stretched, you might feel all kinds of sensations, a tingling, a warmth, a coolness. There's sensations, and that's great. That's blood going to the area, and that's what we want. Okay, we'll do the other side. So we'll extend the opposite hand. Reach over. If you can scissor grip, that's great, each side of the ear, or just slide your fingers over the ear. You've got to be careful to not compress too much in the side we've just stretched. So I create a bit of space just by opening it up and dropping the shoulder, and then slowly tipping the head. So remember our first expression, we're keeping our head completely upright, facing directly forward. And you'll notice that one side might be tighter than the other. And you can close your eyes and just feel it out. This feels really great. Just making sure that that extended arm is heavy and that the opposite shoulder isn't creeping up. And as always, you get to choose. You can choose to stay here and explore this, or the fingers can go from on top of the ear with it all fall behind the ear, keeping the head upright, and we're just going to rotate and look towards the armpit of the bent arm. And for most people, this sends the stretch further posteriorly behind. Feels good. We all need this. You can choose to stay here, or you can drop your chin to chest, but keeping the rotation. This intensifies the stretch for a lot of people. You get to choose. Feels good. Imagining the shoulders walking away from the ears, dropping away. Come back to neutral. Those fingers can go over or each side of the ear, back to the original position. And if you like, you can experiment with hand placement. So bringing the hand on the thigh if you like. Or the back of the hand resting on the back of the foot or behind you. Feels really great. And then back to center. Beautiful. Imagining the clavicle walking away from the ear. And then to come out, same as last time, we slide our hand over to the opposite ear. Rest your head in the hand and slowly push your head up. Good job, guys. And coming onto your hands or fists and releasing. And that should really do you for the next 2-3 days. Neck doesn't need much, you know, you need to gently introduce yourself and take it really easy. Beautiful, guys. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you on the next video. Namaste.